Sonnet 90 by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Then hate me when thou wilt, if ever, now. Now, while the world is bent my deeds to cross, join with the spite of fortune, make me bow, and do not drop in for an after loss. And do not, when my heart hath scap'd this sorrow, come in the rearward of a conquered woe. Give not a windy night a rainy morrow, to linger out a purpos'd overthrow. If thou wilt leave me, do not leave me last, when other petty griefs have done their spite, but in the onset come. So shall I taste at first the very worst of fortune's might, and other strains of woe, which now seem woe, compared with loss of thee, will not seem so. Okay, this is a sonnet by William Shakespeare about his relationship with the fair youth. And he had a love affair with the fair youth. Shakespeare was and still is deeply in love with him. But Shakespeare believes that the relationship is over, that the fair youth doesn't love him anymore. And Shakespeare's saying, okay, if you're going to leave me now. If you're going to upset me, do it now. Don't do it later. Don't keep me on tenterhooks for a long time. Don't draw it out. Just do it now. I want the bad news right away. If there's bad news to be had, then give it to me, because I'm certain that the relationship has ended, and I'm going to mourn it. And don't tell me the relationship's come and tell me the relationship's over after I've finished mourning about the end of our relationship. Don't do it after a series of misfortunes, because I've got enough problems at the moment. And if you leave me now, then the sorrow of you leaving me now will make the problems that I have at the moment, which seem great difficulties, it'll make them seem as nothing, and it will reduce their intensity as if they were zero. So if you're going to leave me now. Do it now. Let's get it over with. Then hate me when thou wilt, if ever now. So if you're going to hate me, if you're not going to love me anymore, if you're going to do it, then do it now. Now, while the world is bent my deeds to cross. So that do it now while the world is bent on, is decided to cross my deeds, to give me a hard time. Do it now while the whole world is against me, while fate is destroying me, while things are bad. Do it now. Join with the spite of fortune, make me bow. So join with the spite, the hatred, the evil intent of fortune. So Shakespeare here is convinced that everything's against him, life is against him, that fortune is against him. Yeah, and join in with the hatred of fortune, and make me bow down. Make me sad now. Do it now. And do not drop in for an after loss. So, and don't do it later. Don't decide to do it afterwards. Do it now. Don't let me down gently. Do it. Don't come afterwards and say, well, I'm leaving you. I don't want to be with you anymore. Do not, when my heart hath escaped this sorrow, come in the rearward of a conquered woe. So don't tell me afterwards. Don't wait until my heart has escaped this sorrow, has escaped this sadness, and come in from behind making me sad again about something that I had got over. Yeah, so don't leave me after I've got over you and make me sad again. Yeah, my heart has escaped this sorrow. I've got over the upset of the fact that you don't love me. But if you're going to hate me, then don't tell me you hate me. Don't tell the world you hate me after I've got better from, or I've got over the sadness and the sorrow and the woe of losing you. Give not a windy night a rainy morrow. This is a very nice metaphor. Don't give a windy night, a bad night, a rainy day the next day. So Shakespeare's at the moment in the middle of the windy night, a night when there's a huge storm outside. Yeah, and when the night has gone, maybe the storm has broken, but then it pours with rain the whole of the next day. So don't draw it out. Do it now. To linger out a purpos'd overthrow. So don't draw it out. Don't make it last longer than necessary. Don't get rid of me slowly but surely, doing it in a very purposeful manner. Do it now. Yeah, dump me now if you're going to do it. If thou wilt leave me, do not leave me last. So if you're going to leave me, don't do it at the end of a series of bad things. Do not leave me last when other petty griefs have done their spite. So don't leave me after a series of misfortunes, when other small griefs, other small things that make me sad have hurt me, have done their evil things to me. But in the onset, come right at the beginning of this series of problems. Yeah, don't wait until I've resolved all sorts of difficult problems. So shall I taste the very worst of fortune's taste at first, the very worst of fortune's might. So right from the beginning, I will taste the worst. I will go through the worst of the experience. I will go through the worst of mighty fortune, of bad luck, of unhappy circumstances. So right from the beginning, I will experience the very worst that life can throw at me. This right from the beginning, and other strains of woe, which now seem woe, compared with loss of thee, will not seem so. And like that, at least other problems that I've got, the other problems, the other difficulties, other strains, other types of sadness, of woe, which now seem woe, which seem at the moment like terrible problems, like really unpleasant things. But if you leave me at the beginning, right at the start of this, then compared with losing you, the problems that I have at the moment, the difficulties, the sadnesses that I have at the moment, will stop seeming like problems that those problems, compared to the sadness that I will feel in the loss of you, makes them pale into insignificance. So he's saying, if you're going to leave me now. But I think very clearly this is still if, yeah, if thou wilt leave me, if ever now. So it's still got these ifs, and these ifs are clearly leaving the door open for this not to happen. Yeah, maybe the relationship isn't over, and maybe Shakespeare's hoping hope against hope that it is not so. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 90 by William Shakespeare.